For the most part, grist mills have slowly but surely become a part of our history. But there are a precious few still operating today, turning out products for select customers. While some are publicly owned, others are operated by private owners. The old mill at Guilford, just north of the hustle and bustle of busy Greensboro, has a long and colorful history, including a long list of names since it was established back in 1767.
It sat across Highway 68 until around 1818, and the folks who owned the mill at that time decided they wanted to move to a bigger mill, make a bigger mill, and they came downstream in 1818. It was a smart move because in the early 1900s a storm came through Guilford County, and there were about 43 mills in the county at that time. There were 4 after that storm. The mill has been owned by a number of families over the years, and it has been called lots of different names: Dillon's Mill, Stafford's Mill, Hendrick's Mill, Bale's Mill. When the previous owner, who passed away a couple of years ago, Charlie Parnell, bought the mill, he gave it the name of the old mill of Guilford. And about 15 years ago, I went to work as their only employee.
The current owners are Alice and Darrell Klug, with Alice overseeing the day-to-day operations. Her goals?
We'd like to grow the mill. We'd like to grow the business a little bit. We do ship all over the country. We like to grow that. We ship to restaurants. We'd like to grow that business and just be a big part of the community here in Oak Ridge.
The products are ground on site by Annie Perdue, who spent some 20 years learning the art of grinding from the mill's former owner, Charlie Parnell.
And he always told me that I needed to know how to fix things. He was an old ship's engineer, and he said, you can't walk home if your boat breaks down on the water. So he taught me how to fix things. And I was his legs and his arms for the last 3 or 4 years here at the mill, and I was under a lot of that machinery and went home with a lot of black grease on me in the evening.
For the uneducated about such things, there is an art to grinding.
Grinding is grinding. You have to just adjust your stones, and Charlie taught me to listen to the machines, for one thing, and he also taught me how to feel the flour to know if it was fine enough or if it needed to be coarser, and the same thing with the grits and the cornmeal.
What Annie Laura was trying to explain to me is that the stones make different sounds, and you'll know when they're stopping, one process is stopping, and when to do something else.
But in the end, operating this historic mill is just a relaxed way of life that has obviously won over Annie and Alice.
Well, some days I'm not so sure about that. I love it. I did it for nothing. I read one time you should have a job you would do for nothing and get paid for it, that you like a lot. And that's kind of what I've got here.